Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life. My name is Yamitra Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So, what better place to be than here with me? Hope you guys are ready to get this day started. Good morning, Joshua. I couldn't see comments there for a minute, so I had to go in another way. So, good morning, y'all. Let me tell you, y'all like my shirt. This is so far outside of my comfort zone, but I want a brand makeover. Y'all remember me telling y'all that? And when we went shopping, this is one of the tops. She was like, "Just go with it. It'll be okay." Good morning, Miss Love. So, good morning. Hope you guys are ready to get the day started. I know I am. It's going to be the most amazing day ever. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day. Good day. Let's do the introduction really fast. Please make sure you share the show because sharing is caring. If your friends and family don't have Facebook, send them over to the YouTube channel. They can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows over there. They don't do that, have them send them to the podcast. We're on 14 different platforms so they can listen to the podcast anywhere. That is on Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Pandora, honey, anywhere that they have a phone, they can listen to the podcast. If they don't do that, give them one of the books. If they don't do that, have them watch the movie. If that ain't working, tell them I said Grand Rising this day. It's going to be the most amazing day ever. So there's no other, we got nothing else. So today, y'all, let's get right into um, the quote of the day. And then I'm going to tell you why I was mad yesterday. We have lime water and fresh lime. It's a good way to get to wake your system up in the mornings to get started. All right, so the quote of the day um, comes out of the book Lioness Arising. The charge is so simple, so liberating, and yet at times so terrifying. We alone have the power to open our lives. First, we open up, then we live openly, then our life expands. Opening your life and living openly is a twofold process. You can open your life and yet not live openly. I know we've talked about this before. If you've been with me for a while, I don't know. I think this might have been 2 years ago we talked about this, that the charge is simple and yet so very terrifying. We alone have the power to open our lives. First, we open up, then we live openly, then our life expands. And you're going to have to step outside the box. If you want to see some things, and opening your life and living openly are two different things. You can open your life, but yet you don't live openly. Meaning you say you want all the things, but you close yourself off to all the things because you assume that good things can't come to you, that it's too good for it to be given to you. That's not true. That is just too good for it to even possible, because no good things come to my family. No good things come to my neighborhood. So why would I think good things could come to me? And friend, that's where you start to live openly. You can have all the good things and they can come to you. You just have to be willing to think that you can have them and do the work of it. Period. So that is the quote of the day. But let me tell y'all why I was mad yesterday. And sometimes things hit you in different ways. And it's all a part of you. It's a part of the growth process, right? It is part of the growth process. And like I said, it's a journey. And sometimes when you think you've gotten over things, sometimes something will happen that will reinvigorate you, that will remind you of why you're doing what you're doing. So yesterday, as I was sitting in a meeting, I got mad at myself because in that moment, I understood that the people I was speaking with had no more, that I had more knowledge than they did, right? But in that moment, they were the decision makers. Now, it doesn't make them any less, doesn't make me any better. I'm just saying it made me upset because at that moment, I understood, like this thing says, that we alone have the power to open our lives. And it made me think about, why had I not done a certain thing in this area so that I could be in position to do this thing? And I got mad at myself because I had not put myself in that position, not because the position wasn't available for me to get there, simply because I did not liberate myself. I did not put myself in that position. I did not take advantage of the opportunity. And so here I was getting angry because I was like, man, I know more than this joker here. I know more than this joker, this one, and they doing it but behind backwards. And the ego part of me wanted to say, and listen, to have a healthy ego is a wonderful thing. The ego part of me wanted to say, y'all doing this wrong. Let me show you how to fix it. But in that moment, I also understood it was not my place to do that. My place, which I had put myself in, was to simply listen and then deal with that anger myself and that frustration and then decide what I was going to do. And sometimes you just need that instant reminder to know that, okay, this, because I was working on something. I was second guessing it, but in that instant it confirmed, oh, you mad, but you don't want to work fully on this though. Is that not the same thing? And I had to check myself. And the answer was yes. So that meant the rest of the day, my focus was totally different. My focus was different when I talked to people. My focus was different when I sat down to write out the business plan. When I sat down to write out this thing, my focus was different. And it was simply because I had something had angered me, but it reinvigorated me as well. It was my reminder that you're on the right path. This instance may have made you upset, or it may have made you mad for a moment, but know that you're on the right path. It's not for you to fix this situation, not for this person. It is for you to look and learn to see what you can and cannot do and go forward from there. It was an absolute learning opportunity for me yesterday. And I was thankful after I stopped being mad. So the charge is simple and so liberating, yet at times so terrifying. We alone have the power to open our lives. First, we open up, then we live openly, and then our life expands. Okay? Opportunities come every single day. Period. So we were talking about the thought of the day is dangerous times. And along with that quote, I want to talk about that we are dangerous when we are fully awake. That we pose a threat. Then and only then. So this comes from the book Lioness Arising as well. We are dangerous and fully awake. Then and only then do we pose a threat to the darkness that holds us captive. What would happen if you were fully awake? If you are fully aware of how dangerous your mind is, meaning how powerful it is. What if you were aware of how powerful your mind was and you became fully awake to that? thought that you're having right now. Like, Judge, I could start this business right now, and I done figured it out. And you done played around with it for years. How dangerous are you when you're fully aware and fully awake? Then and only then do you pose a threat to the darkness that is holding you captive. And you may feel like, Jojo, there's nothing holding me captive. If we're not acting on our thought, we're not acting on changing mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, that thing that is bothering us, then we are being held captive to it by the things that we say. I can't, I don't know, I don't have, I'm not smart enough, I don't have enough money, you don't understand where I live, you don't understand my family, nobody's going to support me. If any of those words have fallen out of your mouth, you are being held captive by the darkness that you have placed inside of you. Now, again, we are all good ground, and some people may have planted bad seed, and we're reaping the harvest of the bad seed. However, like we talked about, we can toil that up and plant good seed. I'm saying the words that you say to yourself, those words that are holding you captive, that are holding you in darkness, that make you assume that you cannot accomplish that thing. What would happen if you became fully awake and aware of your power, which for me is your mindset? Then you become dangerous to everything that you touch. You become dangerous to everybody who interacts with you. Because once you decide that this is going to be your mindset, or this is going to be your financial freedom, or this is going to be your thing, once you decide that part, then you then begin to want to impact other people. And then you become a danger to your community, because then you are the person who's going to change your community. It's my belief, if I can help one sister who can tell her mama or her other sisters, who would then tell their friends, then we can change the community. We can change our family. We can change the community, and we can change the world one person at a time. But you got to realize that you are dangerous when you are fully aware and you're fully awake, and know that you can impact. Men have a huge, my sister is the biggest daddy's girl. He had the biggest impact on her life. Fathers make an impact on the community. Think about mothers, the impact that you have in your family right now. Think about the impact your great grandma have in your family right now. Don't nobody eat till she get there. Ain't nobody gonna cook the greens or the macaroni unless she cook it. You grow up doing what great grandma did. So if she started a thing and you watched her do it over and over and over again, your children, and eventually you're going to become a grandma, they're going to watch you do the same thing over and over again. And then then it's going to be your turn. They're not going to do things without you. So now we got to be mindful of the things that we put in place, that other people are watching us. Thought, word, and deed all the time. And it is there that we have to understand how dangerous we are when we become fully awake to our power, which is your mindset. I'm always going to say it's your mindset. It's your mindset and your action combined. And when you get to that part, when you start on the new venture, the implementation phase becomes so much easier. Because now you understand, you're fully aware and awake to your power, and you know the impact that you can have on your life. Now, if your belief system right now is such that you don't believe, you don't think you can, you don't understand, you ain't got the money, look what you live, where you live, look how much you make. If you have all the excuses and your belief system says you cannot, your belief system, I'm going to help you out. Your belief system is simply a series of thoughts that you have over and over and over again. Your belief system is simply a series of thoughts that you have over and over again. Sometimes your belief system is you watching somebody else do the same thing over and over again, and it becomes your belief system. So if you look at what you're thinking right now and that's your belief system, what would happen if you thought a new thought over and over and over for the next 30 days? Just one thought, just for 1 minute a day for the next 30 days. You would have a new behavior. You'd have a new thought process. You would have a new habit. You'd have a new belief system. It is that, when I tell you it's that simple. The belief system you have right now comes from watching everybody in your family do the same thing. You practice the religion you practice because you saw your parents do it over and over and over again. You cook macaroni. Your belief of how macaroni should be cooked comes from great grandma. You watching her do the same thing over and over and over again. How you fold your towels is your belief system because you watched your mother fold her towels that way. And if she saw you fold them any other way, she'd make you start over and refold them until it became your belief system, until it became your habit. And you're passing that same thing down to your children. Now stop and insert and think right here. If I was fully aware and awake of the power that I had, what things in my belief system would I change to impact those behind me? What would I change? What would happen if we were dangerous and fully awake and aware of us? Then and only then do we pose a threat to the darkness that holds us captive. Good morning, Margaret. So your belief system right now is either holding you captive or it's setting you free. Your belief about your money, your relationships, marriage, friendships, jobs, your belief system is either keeping you hostage or it's letting you see the light. Now, there's a growth process to all of this. You got to take one at a time. Sometimes when you handle one, two, it clears out two or three. But what if you were fully aware today of the habit that you're doing every day that's creating a belief system for your children? Listen to this, ladies. Your belief system with your children. If these are the words you're saying to your children, you're creating a belief system inside of them, and you're going to see the fruit of whatever you put inside of your children. You're fat. You're ugly. Look at your hair snapping. Look at why you wear your clothes like that? Why you do this? All the things that come out of your mouth and you assume, well, I'm just bringing it to their awareness. It's also creating a habit inside of them. It is creating a belief system inside of them that they will never be good enough because the words that you give them say that they're never good enough. You are dangerous when you become fully aware and awake to the words that are coming out of your mouth and the beliefs and the habits that you're setting up for those who live around you. You nasty just like your daddy. You ain't no good just like your daddy. Why would we give that to our children? It comes back to us because we're not fully aware. Because we're being held captive in our darkness, which brings us back to yesterday's thought. Trauma often keeps you at the age you experienced it. And a lot of people are the exact age they are that they were hurt. And so you're avoiding all the things. I'm going to be positive padding. And you're avoiding healing the trauma, the drama, whatever. So because it hasn't healed, because you avoided it, it's got to come out some way. Understand, and I wish y'all go read the 7 Rules of the Mind. It might take you 20 minutes. 7 Rules of the Mind. And there's a book, The Body Keeps Score. That's another level reading right there. But it says, whatever you say to the body, it keeps score of it. If you say, I hate my leg, your body takes note of that and it begins to create cells around that. And so you holding on to things that you've not healed from, the trauma, the drama, or whatever anybody has hurt you, right? and you hold on to that, it's going to show up in your body some kind of way. Diabetes, high blood pressure, cholesterol, migraines, period pains, backache, obesity. Like it's going to show itself up. And when you start to heal those words that you say to yourself, your body begins to heal, because now your body knows that you are appreciating it. So just imagine all of that you're holding on to, and you have children, niece, nephew, you even got your mama watching you. And you guys say those words to each other. You stupid. You make me sick. You ain't nobody. And you are building a belief system around those who know you. And what you're saying is the legacy that you're building for your name. Is that your life statement that you want to have happen? Is this the legacy you want to live? When you pass away, do you want your children to say, well, I'm glad my mama gone because all she did was call me fat, ugly, tell me I wasn't no good, tell me I was stupid. She told me my dreams wasn't no good. Listen, when the girls are younger, what I would do every year, now we do vision boards together. We do them before the new year. We usually do them in December, November. But when they were younger, I bought them a folder. The folder was blue, and it was called the Dream Folder. And inside of there, they could write out anything that they wanted to be and or do. And we looked at it together, and we talked it over. And we said, okay, this is going to be the dream that you want. Yep. One point, Courtney wanted to be, she wanted to be OBGYN. She wanted to be a veterinarian. Before that, she wanted to own a bake shop because she liked baking. It was her dream. It wasn't mine to take from her. Rosie wanted to be a singer, a painter. And what they put in there, they have accomplished or they have done. Don't take their dream away because you assume you don't have any. When you become dangerous and fully aware, when you become mindful of how dangerous your mind is, how dangerous your words are, you become fully aware, then and only then, honey, can you release yourself from the darkness that holds you captive. Then and only then do we pose a threat to the darkness that holds us captive. Right now, your environment, your mindset may not be changing because you don't pose a threat to it. It doesn't see you doing anything. It sees that you like it very well. So why would it be concerned that you listen to the morning show and understands that you're just going to listen, but as soon as you open up your mouth, the same thing is going to fall out. So it's not concerned at all that you're going to try to change your environment. The charge is so simple. This is the quote of the day. I got to sneeze. The charge is so simple, so liberating, and yet at times terrifying. We alone have the power to open our lives. First, we open up and then we live openly. Then our life expands. What is that? What is that? What does that look like for you? For you to live openly. Thank you, Joshua. For you to live openly, for you to expand. And I don't want you to be caught up in the day-to-day, assuming that you're waiting for a moment for something to happen, for it to come, for you to say, oh, now I'm going to be dangerous and fully aware, and I'm going to be a threat to my darkness. I don't want the day to relax you so that you assuming you're waiting for some big dramatic day to come where the sky is going to open up and there's going to be all the things. The moment is now. The time is right now. It's not going to be a dramatic event. The dramatic event takes place in here. It's got to be a revolution on the inside. That's where it lies. So as you have that revolution today, as you decide today, I am going to become fully aware of how dangerous my mind is and how I can absolutely instantaneously change my environment. How does it happen instantaneously? The moment you say with conviction and with determination and commitment, because there's a difference between you being committed and interested. I don't want you to be interested. I don't want you to be inspired. I don't want any of that. I want you to be committed, meaning hell or high water, this is going to happen. The minute you make a decision for that thing is the minute you now become dangerous, fully awake and fully aware. And now that darkness that holds you captive should be very afraid, because you have decided and committed that today, in my mind, I won't say this anymore. I won't do that thing. I won't talk to my children in that way anymore because my mama talked to me that way and her mama talked to her that way. Well, it's going to stop with me. And listen, try this. If your children this is what I learned with Rosie. If your children have a rough time waking up in the morning, and if you have a rough time, let's deal with kids and then I'll talk about you. If your children, niece, nephew have a rough time waking up in the morning and you find yourself yelling and get out the bed, I done told you we running late. Do you like to wake up like that? I would wake up late and then I would want to rush Rosie. Rosie was not checking for me rushing her because she said, it's not my fault you late. Rosie at a young age was very clear on a lot of things. Absolutely, Joshua. And so I had to decide in my mind that I'm going to wake up early so that we both can have a good day. I'm screaming at her, don't get her frustrated. And if you call your children bad, they're going to give you exactly what you say because they want to please you. So when you tell them they bad and that gets your attention, they're going to continue to be bad so they can get your attention. So what I did was I would go in Rosie's room. Absolutely, accountability is the key. I would go in Rosie's room and I would get in the bed with her. And I would say, good morning, Rosie. And I give her kisses and I let her stretch and wake up. And she would lay on me 5 minutes tops. She was up and ready to go. A different kid than a week ago when I went in there yelling. I'm having to jerk the covers off. You get up and she ain't moving. She just looking at me mad. Then she crying for no reason. And then if I didn't have time to go lay beside her, and I played soft music. Rosie, time to get up because she loved music. And music would get her going. And I play her little music to get her going in the mornings until she was able to do it herself. This is when she was really younger. Now, for yourself, look at that phone alarm that you got going on. Does your alarm go off really blaringly, like, like somebody about to knock you upside your head? That shocks your body. I have an alarm on, like my alarm goes off at 4:45, again at 5:30, 6. But when it goes off, it's a sound that is soft and subtle. And so it starts off really soft with light bells. And the longer it plays, it gradually gets louder. So it's a gentle awakening. Those things make a difference. Absolutely, Joshua. Those small things make a difference. So now I'm able to roll over, turn the alarm off. Most times I'm already waiting for the alarm to go off. But now my morning setup is different. Nobody is screaming at me first thing in the morning. My alarm clock is not screaming at me to wake up. Because instantly today, you could become dangerous to the darkness that holds you hostage. There you go. Listen, and it gently wakes you up. And it sets your morning. It sets your day. So if you want to instantly become dangerous to your environment today, right, Cree, I can't do loud noises. If y'all learn nothing about me, y'all know I ain't fixing to do no loud noises. And that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. I'm not fixing to do that. So if you want to instantly become dangerous to your environment today, You can do that. You can change how you speak to your children. You can change how you speak to yourself. You could change how others speak to you, meaning if they say something, don't respond back. What would happen if we were fully awake and aware of how dangerous we are? Then and only then will we pose a threat to the darkness that holds us captive. Don't be consumed by the day to day. You looking for the sounding cymbals and the brass and the horn and the angel to come down. Today is that day. Today. Absolutely. I believe it. You come into this world, you got all them darn bright lights. You've been in darkness. You got all those bright lights and noises, and then the doctor want to hit you on your behind. Trauma. That's why they cry. They traumatized. They want to go back from whence they came. Like, I don't like it here. So on this lovely day, I hope this has helped somebody today. The quote of the day: the charge is simple, so liberating, and yet at times so terrifying. We alone have the power to open our lives. First, we open them up, and then we live openly, and then our life expands. When are you going to expand your life? When are you going to do that part? So I have a lot of questions today. On top of me getting mad yesterday. But me getting mad yesterday, I checked my little ego, and it reinvigorated something in me. Trying to tell you, friend, sometimes you need that little reminder. And we talked about that you are an expert at what you know. Look at where you've been, what you've been through, and never, ever doubt that you are expert at that thing. Period. I believe it, Margaret. I absolutely believe it. If I was to have children again, it would absolutely be a home birth. They would not see the inside of a hospital. But we're not having any more children over here. Well, listen, you know Margaret is the expert, so I know it's going to be amazing, Joshua. I know you will be amazing, and it will be amazing as well. We are dangerous. So if you want to let the darkness know that I'm coming for all the light that is mine, make a decision today. Become fully aware of how dangerous. Why is this thing trying to hold you captive in the first place? It could be that you are far smarter, greater, more dangerous than you ever imagined. Like you are the first multi-millionaire in your family. And that may be why you have trouble with your finances, because it needs to keep you distracted from what you really need to do. I dare you to get mad about that today. I dare you to get mad that some outside force, your doubt, your fear, wants to keep you from what is yours. The earth is yours and the fullness thereof. More than abundance is everywhere that you seek. Everywhere. So on this most amazing day, I want y'all to have the most amazing day ever. I want you to be peaceful, period, today, honey. That's what we're gonna do today. We want to be peaceful, period. Please make sure you share the show, because sharing is caring today. Honey, become fully awake and aware of how dangerous you are. And then and only then will you pose a threat to the darkness that holds you captive. Don't do that today. Set yourself free, friend. Implement something. Change it instantaneously today with your kids, your thought, your word, your deed, yourself. Get mad about that. So I hope you guys have the most amazing day. Please make sure you share the show, because sharing is caring. If your friends and family don't have Facebook, send them over to the YouTube channel. They can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows over there. Thank you, Joshua, for the song of the day. I have to listen to that one. So I hope you guys have a great day. And I will see you guys here bright and early tomorrow morning. Bring a friend with you. Tell somebody about the Fearless Morning Show. Bring a friend so that we can get more people up, because I'm a firm believer if I can help one person who can help her family, who will then change her community. We will change the world one person at a time. So, and that's on Margaret. Hashtag change the world. So I hope you guys, yes, Team Abundance. Listen, y'all not ready. Y'all not ready. So I hope you have the most amazing day, honey. Go be peaceful. Go make that decision today. Go be dangerous to your environment today. Go set some shit on fire. Go be a disruption. Go start a revolution inside of yourself. Change it up a little bit today. All right, guys, have a great day. I'll see you guys here bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a good one.